Well, Adam, a Boxing Day slagfest that went the full 12 rounds. Do you think the draw was a fair result?
No, I didn't, to be honest. I thought that really, with the way we played and finished the second half, I thought we should have won the game in the end. However, we're probably confident the way that it is of late, and going 1-0 down probably would have took a draw at half time, being honest. But I think when we equalised, well, probably just in the build up to us equalising, we were kind of getting on top. I felt they were getting deeper, probably showing that they hadn't played since the start of December. And I felt once we'd equalised that we could go on and win the game. And we got into so many good positions and put the ball into some really good areas, and probably a combination of not making the right decision at the crucial time and some good defending probably just resulted in the game petering out as a draw, really. But I think the positives, which I prefer to look at, is it's a point. I think we needed to get something out of the game today. I think the second half performance was more like we have been earlier on in the season. Some good play, good football, good control. Like I said, getting into some good areas, good territory. Just that final piece, which is the hardest thing to get in football. Putting the ball in the net. But it's a collective responsibility. Good to see Adam Barton scoring today, and that was something that we spoke about prior to the game and again at half time. Is getting more bodies in the box, and one of the midfielders releasing and getting in the box. Sam Walker probably should have scored at the end of the first half. Obviously Hancock hit the bar early on in the game. So we had moments in that first half, but it was difficult with the wind, and I think it probably suited them, and thought they used that quite well. To gain territory and win set plays, long throws, and put everybody in the box and slow the game down, and played at the speed that they obviously wanted to play the game at. But I felt second half we were much more like we've been earlier on in the season, and that's pleasing for me, and the point now gives us something to build on.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of things to build on, this time of year is always a good time for a period of reflection. How would you summarise your time as Curzon Ashton manager in 2022?
Probably like the Big Dipper, really. It was very tough, obviously, at the end of last season. A lot of transition, a lot of turnover of players in the summer, and listen, still standing here today, I'm confident in this group, and I think we're a better team than where our current league position suggests. But we are where we are, and we're not shying away from that, and we're not kind of dismissing obviously where we are. We know that we need to win games, but I'm also well aware that we've got half the season to go. There's quite a number of teams that have played more games than us, and we've just got to for moving into the new year, we've got to play consistently more like we did in the second half, and just become a little bit sharper in the opposition's 18-yard box in particular. But I think the way that we started this season, we lost our first two games and everybody was doom and gloom, and then we got Kidderminster and win, and I think we lost 2 in 16 then, and obviously that included a fantastic run in the FA Cup. And I think I said in my last interview, it is quite common for clubs to be putting everything into the FA Cup, and it does affect the league results. And I don't think our performances have been too poor, really, with the exception of the Chorley game. The Blythe game conceded early and played quite a lot like we did in the second half there, couldn't score, and then we get done on the break. And the Darlington game, we should go 1-0 up and make a mistake and we go behind. These fine margins, I think there's been a lot of games we've been involved in this blip where the games have been quite in the balance, and we fall on the wrong side of missing our chances and the opposition punishing for our errors or their good play. So we've just got to keep on working hard now, into the new year. And yeah, it's sort of like the Big Dipper, really, but up and down.
And also, speaking into going into the new year, the first game off of the back of the new year is Southport away at Hay Avenue. You've seen them at Hague Avenue in the FA Trophy,
Yeah.
beat them. Seen them here this afternoon and played a very, very strong second half. That must fill you with a lot of confidence going into this almost second trilogy that we've had with a National League North team.
Well, it's going to be a tough game, isn't it? But we've obviously got the confidence of our second half performance today. Good to score, because that's something that's been well documented, is that we've not been scoring enough. So good to score. Southport's always a difficult place to go, but we went there in the trophy and we found ourselves behind and we came back and won 3-1. So we've got to take that game and the second half today. We've got to take the confidence and the positives from that, and we'll be back in training now Thursday, Saturday, and get some work into the players and go in there looking to start the new year positively, and hopefully we can go on and have a much stronger second half to the campaign.
Perfect. Thank you for your time, Adam, and Happy New Year.
Cheers.